Hi, welcome to Paranormal Captivity. Today we're going to talk about the Island of Dolls. South of Mexico City there are canals, and there is a man-made island in the canals where there's a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera who was the caretaker of this island. When Don Julian lived there, he lived a very solitary life, and one day while he was making sure everything was okay on the island, he happened to stumble upon the body of a girl. So the stories say. And according to legend, he felt very, very upset, clearly, by this discovery, wished that he had found her sooner, been able to help, had just had a lot of issues and sadness surrounding this death that he'd discovered. While he was near the canals, he found a doll floating by, and he assumed it belonged to the little girl that he'd found. So what he did was he took the doll and hung it in one of the trees. This started a tradition that lasted 50 years for him and much longer for everyone else. Pretty much from that time on, he started to feel like he was haunted by the spirit of this little girl that he'd found. He started hearing whispering and footsteps and moans out in the woods of the island, and he was there completely alone. The more that he was troubled by this, the more he thought, well, you know, I left this offering of this doll that I found for her spirit, for her as a memorial. Maybe if I continue to do this, it'll appease her. So what he started doing was collecting dolls. He would even trade other people for dolls. He'd trade like food that he'd grown on the island or in his personal crops for people's dolls, whether they were new, old, in pieces, it didn't matter. He just wanted dolls to appease her spirit. And the longer he was doing this, the more he started thinking that the dolls themselves were starting to be possessed by other spirits. The spirits that were inhabiting these dolls could have been from other children, according to Don Julian, but he also thought that they could have been from possibly the people whose bodies were found in these canals, because this area was a place that had a history of war. For 50 years, Don collected these dolls and hung them all over the island. The pictures are amazing. They're just everywhere. He ended up passing away, according to reports, in the same area where he found the little girl. Now, according to his nephew, he died of a heart attack, but there's also rumors that he drowned in a similar way that she did, which was also surrounded by some mystery, and no one really knew the exact circumstances of it. Now this place has become a huge tourist attraction. The locals feel like this is more of like a charmed place than anything haunted, but people who visit tend to think otherwise. It's custom now that you can only visit the island if you leave an offering of a doll yourself. Otherwise, it's considered unlucky. And a lot of the people who visit these islands report hearing the same things that Julian did with the footsteps and the wailing and the whispers, but then they also report seeing the doll's eyes follow them, or they move completely. Now, I am completely sure that most of you have seen pictures or videos of this place because it is so popular now. A lot of different ghost hunting shows have visited there and done different investigations, and then just the tourist videos alone on YouTube, I'm sure there's a crazy amount of those. Now, I will be upfront with you and let you know that some people think that the whole origin story of why this guy started collecting these dolls is a lie. Some people think that Don Julian Santana Barrera had been so alone on this island with his caretaking that he drove himself crazy. Some people think that his madness, either he found a body of a girl and it just made him crazy, and that's why the obsession started with the dolls, and then some people think there was no body at all, and that he was just completely nuts and thought that that's what he found and was so convinced that that was a reality to him that he made this whole island into what it is today. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this guy actually found a girl there? Do you think he's just nuts? Either way, would you visit the island? I would. I think dolls are cool. These dolls are all freaking creepy, which is awesome. So even just the atmosphere alone, even if there's zero paranormal activity, I'm down, because you don't get aesthetics like that anywhere else. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the Island of Dolls. If there's any other information that I missed that you know about this island, please tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!